So on defense, we really don't watch too much offensive film, but I remember right after the game, I was scrambling to get to that tape and see how he made that catch. I've seen him make some unbelievable catches in practice, but nothing of that magnitude. He works his butt off every single day in practice. He's learning how to practice like a pro, prepare like a pro, just make a big-time catch. That's what you need in big-time games.
Does part of you sympathize with the defensive back in that situation at all?
I just would not want to be him in that situation.
Coach Shaw has said a couple of times now that you were the one who helped, I don't know, him change his approach and be a little bit more emotional to in reacting to plays during the game and everything like that. Can you describe how that process went? Did you actually go up to him and say, go ahead, coach, and let it all hang out?
So this was actually in the Rose Bowl last year when we played UCLA. I think we were up maybe a couple scores, and I just saw him kind of pacing up and down the sidelines, and something just came over me and just told me just go up and go talk to him, because a lot of people are just afraid to approach him because he kind of just he's such a high-profile guy, and something just told me to go up to him. I just went up to him and I said, "Hey, coach, just let it out. When you have a sense of comfort, you just place that in our hearts as well." And he let it out that game, and he's let it out every single game, and I feel like it's just given us a little bit more of an edge. Us being able to see him just have a little bit of passion just makes us go out there with a little bit more trust and a little bit more passion ourselves.
Do you recall at what point of the game that was?
I actually don't recall.
Did you think you guys were missing passion, or and he's helped to elevate it?
I don't think we were missing passion, but I think when you're with the team, your team can play with the passion because you're players and you guys grind every single day together. But when you get also that cohesive with the coaching staff, especially with your head coach, it just takes you to higher heights. And you've seen it all this year. I think we've came out and we've played with a different type of intensity, and that intensity definitely goes not only to our players, but also to our head coach and our coaching staff as well.
Ronnie, does the top 10 ranking mean anything to the players?
No, sir. No, sir. We're just going to take it week by week because if we don't come out and we don't take care of business next week, who knows what we'll be. So we're just going to take it week by week, try to get a W every single week, and that's our approach to it.
How do you feel about playing so many night games? Now that this Washington State game coming up is going to be another 7:30 game. How do you and the other players feel about it?
Honestly, I love playing under the lights, and us being able just to go back-to-back with these night games are really just getting us in a rhythm. I feel like we're able to go through extra walkthroughs in the hotel before the game, which is really helping us out. Maybe getting out those one or two mental errors that may come in critical parts of the game. We're getting them out before we even get a chance to play. So just the comfort level with being able to play at the same time. I think our bodies are getting used to this new program that we're on, and us playing at 7:30 is just helping it. Our bodies are just primed to go out there and explode.
The defense started with scoring with a pick six. I mean, just to do that, it's something that's been missing. And how much of a statement do you think that made on Thursday night that maybe, rattled UCLA a little bit?
I think that was a huge statement. I haven't seen a pick six since Ed Reynolds and Trent Murphy. So when we came out with that pick six, I think it definitely got the crowd involved for one, and it just gave us a sense of comfort on the sidelines just to know that we can make those big plays. A lot of our coaches have been stressing that the players are there to make. You don't stress for them, you don't strain for them, but when they come, relax and make a play. And hats off to Elijah Holder. He's also one of those guys that's just been working, kept his head down, and I think he deserves that play. And he's a phenomenal player.
Staying along those lines, Ronnie, how have you seen him and Alameen kind of grow over the course of this season?
I think that they're just coming into their own. I think that they're just becoming more confident. The game's kind of slowing down for them. When you come out your first game as a redshirt freshman, you're kind of antsy to get out there because you haven't played real football, in over a year. So I think that they're just letting the game slow down for them. I think that they're real good in being in their playbooks. So they kind of know what's coming out there and what's going to happen when they get out there. And they're just being athletes, but above being an athlete, they study and prepare. So when you put those combinations together, once again, the sky's the limit. I think they're two great players. They're going to have a very successful career here.
Ronnie, you're playing at such a high level now, and I don't know how many people outside this room realize it, but how have you been able to sort of elevate your game from where you were a couple of years ago as a special teams guy to now the leader of that defense?
I just continue to take every day, and I just try to make the most of it. Whether that's at practice or a lift, I try to take coaching as best as I can. I have one of the best defensive back coaches in the world, in my opinion, with Coach Akina, and I take everything he says to heart. You know, I get down on myself because I felt like there were some plays that I left out there on the field, and most people don't see it that way. But never getting too high and never getting too low, kind of just being a DB, you know. Taking coaching and just having a great time and really embracing the moment with my teammates. I think this year, being a fifth-year senior, I've made myself realize that this is the last time that I'll be with this special group. So just living in the moment and just taking every day and making it a work day, not taking any days off.
Coach Shaw doesn't want to talk about Christian McCaffrey's Heisman credentials or anything like that, but what do players talk about it? Are you guys excited about this, having him in the Heisman conversation?
That's without a doubt. Once again, we got a lot of dudes that are just honestly about working, not about the talk this year. We're just about working. He's one of those guys that day in and day out during the summertime, during winter conditioning, he's going to come out there and work for you. And it's just it's amazing that you can have somebody on your team that's even in consideration for the Heisman. But if you ask Christian, he just wants to just help the team as much as he can. So I'm just going to go along those lines. He's helping the team.
I know that, and we've asked him about it a few times. I'm just wondering if you want to pick up the ball for him and start pushing for the Heisman.
I wouldn't mind that at all. If the Heisman comes with W's, I'd give him the Heisman.
Anything else for Ronnie? Great, thanks everyone.
Thank you, guys.